All right, what is going on, guys? UFC Fight Night, Adesanya versus Imavov has just ended literally 5 minutes ago. I'm going over my full card post-fight reactions. I got the scorecards pulled up on my phone. I'm going to be going over the scorecards as I go over the fights. So, first fight of the night, Hamdi Abdelhab versus Jamal Pogues. I personally thought it was borderline a robbery. I tweeted it out live. Judges' scorecards for this fight. One judge, which this is an incorrect scorecard, 30-27 Jamal Pogues. When I heard that, I'm like, okay, that scorecard's kind of weird, but I think the judges are going to get it right. Then we had the other two judges. One of them scored the first two rounds for Hamdi and the third round for Jamal Pogues. The other one scored the first round for Jamal Pogues and the other two for Hamdi. Me, myself, I scored rounds 1 and 3 for Jamal Pogues. I thought the second round was a clear round for Hamdi Abdelhab. I don't see how you can score rounds. Round 1 was pretty close. So maybe you could see that. That's why I said borderline a robbery. Round 1 was pretty close. Round 3, I thought it was very clear round for Jamal Pogues. He landed the better shots. Hamdi really didn't do much in that third round. I think maybe he landed one good shot. Other than that, Jamal controlled the third round. At least I thought. So if I was judging the fight, I would have had Jamal Pogues 29-28, rounds 1 and 3. It's the heavyweight division. Not very lackluster, not very fun, obviously. If you watched the fight we'll talk about later, wasn't very good. Moving up on the card. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see this fight. And I don't have time to go back and watch it. I came back. When I came back to my TV, Grodd had him full mounted and was just playing the ground and pound down. Gets a second round TKO. It looks the first round. All three judges, Luke Alexander. I have no clue what happened. So moving on. This fight, I was very much disappointed. I did kind of ass on picks. Here, we can check real quick. I got my Tapology pulled up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks wrong. I did poopy. Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Mara Bueno Silva. Very first fight, a women's MMA fight to ever happen in Saudi Arabia. Mara Bueno Silva looked like shit in this fight. Going down a weight class, I thought she'd be able to have the strength advantage, the power advantage. I feel like when she would hit Jasudavicius with shots, I don't know what that was. When she would hit Jasudavicius with shots, she would have more impact, more power. I thought that was pretty clear, but she just hands down low, marching forward really sloppily. If I remember correctly, in the first round, I think she pulled guard. Mike Davis pulled guard as well. That was pretty stupid. But Jasudavicius clearly had the jiu-jitsu advantage, which I was shocked. I thought Silva would have the jiu-jitsu advantage. Jasudavicius is on a tear right now. She looked good. She essentially dominated the fight. Silva landed a few good shots throughout the fight. Nothing that had Jasudavicius hurt or wobbled. Landed a good couple body shots. Other than that, it was a clear Jasudavicius 30-27 blowout. Was not a competitive fight whatsoever. Let's pull up. I think it was 30-27 across the board. Yeah, across the board, 30-27's that fight. So good fight. I'm definitely gonna be excited to match up at Jasudavicius up. She's kind of older, so if this is her last run at a title shot, she's probably somewhat close considering there's not a whole lot in the women's flyweight division. I know you're gonna have Shevchenko fighting Manon Fior. The winner of that fight, there's not a real high up contender in the women's flyweight division. So moving up. Terrence McKinney versus Damir Hazdovic. First round KO. I got the prediction. There's not much to say. He came out, he hurt him, he dropped him, he got the full mount, and he got the KO. Kind of exactly how I thought it would go. I was hoping, I think there was one point where they were kind of brawling a little bit, and Damir threw a shot, and I was like, oh shit, they're going to clip Terrence McKinney and knock him out, but he didn't. Good win from Terrence McKinney. Hopefully we can see him continue to improve and continue to win. I like his fight style. He either gets knocked the fuck out or he knocks the guy the fuck out and gets the win in the first round. Good fight, fun fight while it lasted. Moving up on the card. Jamil Ghazi versus Thomas Peterson. I had Gazib via third round TKO when he's not known for his best cardio, but neither is Peterson. I thought Peterson would gas up towards the end. Gazib would hurt him, and it was a walk-off KO in the first round. Gazib winning the majority of the first round. I don't think. Yeah, there would be no judges' scorecards for them to post. Flipped him I think it was a right hand. Just sat Peterson down and didn't even follow up. Didn't go to the ground or nothing. You could tell that Peterson was done. You could tell he was done. Yeah, there's not much to say about this fight. The most exciting heavyweight fight on the card, nonetheless. Moving on, headlining the prelims. Muhammad Naimov versus Khan Olfi. I think, do we have any wonky scorecards? We had, no? So, weird fight, kinda. First round, Naimov. Clear first round for Naimov. I actually scored myself. I scored the second round for Olfi. And then third round, was clearly, in my opinion, for Naimov. One judge scored the second round for Olfi. The other two judges had all 3 rounds for Naimov. I think pretty clear. Naimov got hurt in the second round. I can't remember what he hit him with, what Olfi hit him with, but he stung him. Kind of a little bit boring, honestly, this fight. And it had its moments where it was kind of boring. Olfi would get the clinch position. He should be stronger in the clinch in this fight, but he would get the clinch and just hold double underhooks with Naimov and not really do anything with it, and just stall and like throw little knees to the thigh and occasionally like a knee to the stomach. Not a super exciting fight, a decent fight. We'll see what Naimov does in his next fight to see if he can work up the rankings. Moving up the card, opening up the main card, we have Fares Ziam versus Mike Davis. Mike Davis low-key looked like ass in this fight. Like, I don't think, like, let's check the scorecards. I think it was 30-27. Might have been 29-28. Yeah, it was 30-27. Fares Ziam, all 3 judges. First round, I picked Mike Davis. I thought he'd be able to use his striking. I thought he had a power advantage and a jiu-jitsu advantage. First round comes out, pulls guard. I'm like, this isn't a jiu-jitsu competition. You don't pull guard in MMA fights. Unless you're fighting at the fairgrounds, or you're fighting in a backyard. We're not pulling guard in an MMA fight in 2025. That's not how the shit works. The only success Mike Davis had on the ground was in the second round, where I thought he got hurt in the second round, gushing blood out, but he got Fares Ziam in a calf slicer. His knee was completely bent. I'm like, I thought he was going to tap. I'm like, there's no way he ain't going to tap to this shit. But I don't know what his knee either is fucking very, very flexible, or he blew his shit out and just didn't give a shit and then didn't tap. But it was essentially an outclassing by Fares Ziam. Outside of the second round, Mike Davis really didn't have anything to offer, which is very shocking. He honestly, to me, looked like he didn't even want to be there, didn't want to fight. I've seen video clips of him before online where he says he doesn't like to fight, he doesn't want to fight, he's just good at it to make money. Doesn't fight very often. Probably just fights when he needs money. But yeah, Fares Ziam, I think, deserves a ranked opponent next. I think he's on a 5-fight win streak, and they put the little graphic up on the screen. The only 3 people in the lightweight division that are on good multiple win streaks was Islam. Obviously, I think his is 14 or 15. Then you have Paddy Pimblett on a 6-fight win streak, and Fares Ziam is on a 5-fight win streak. So I definitely think Fares Ziam deserves a top-ranked fighter in his next fight. Maybe Joel Alvarez, I don't know. We'll have to see in my Fights to Make video I'll be uploading tomorrow. Moving up on the card. Is it gonna let me? Yep, there we go. Said Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. Great fight. Let's pull up the scorecards. I can't remember if there was any wonky scorecards or not. I don't believe it was 29-28, 29-28. Okay, yeah, so all 3 judges were in agreement, which is how I scored it. First round, Said doing good on the feet, landing the better shots. I think it was the first round he landed a spinning back kick to the body. I wasn't too sure if it hurt Oliveira or not. First round clearly goes to Said Nurmagomedov. They both kind of looked tired at the end of the first round. I'm not going to lie. Going into the second round, like almost halfway through the second round, both guys looked tired as fuck. But Nurmagomedov way more tired than Vinicius Oliveira. Um, and that was just kind of how Oliveira was able to win. They both landed decent on the feet. No guy could really like get the grappling off a whole lot. Say went for the ninja choke and a guillotine a couple of times. Nothing super locked in. But Oliveira just had the better cardio, and he didn't have that great of cardio, just to be clear. But he had the better cardio than Seidar Magomedov. I can't remember who tweeted it out. I think it was Charles Johnson said that he wanted to fight Seidar Magomedov on short notice up a weight class because he knew his cardio wasn't very good. He gasses after a round. So yeah, it kind of sucks I got this pick wrong. Oliveira looked good. Calls out Umar Nurmagomedov in his post fight. I think that would be a good fight. I think Umar would most likely win. Could Oliveira get him with some flashy technique? Maybe. But it would be a 3-round fight. So I don't think Umar would have a cardio issue like he did versus Merab. But maybe let's give him somebody a little lower in the top 15. But I definitely think he deserves somebody in the top 15. The bantamweight division is so stacked. Because at one point in time, Seidar Magomedov was a ranked bantamweight. And I can't remember if he lost or if they just took him out of the rankings and put somebody else in. Good performance from Oliveira. We'll see what happens next. Moving up the card. A shitter. Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Got this prediction wrong. Jairzinho looked like shit in this fight. Really never got anything going off. Pavlovich looked like he didn't want to engage, like he was scared to engage. I understand it's heavyweight, and both of you have one-shot knockout power. But Pavlovich looked like shit in this fight. Both rounds, I see on here they have him 2 for 2 on takedowns. The first round, he did not get a takedown. Jairzinho, so Pavlovich was going in. I don't even think he hit him with a shot. Jairzinho was backing up and just fell backwards. And then Pavlovich just went down. So they gave him a takedown for that. I don't credit that as a takedown. And then I think it was third round. Pavlovich gets a trip, gets him down, holds him down for the rest of the round. I don't have the control on here. Rozenstruik is like I could probably get him down and hold him down. It's like he has no grappling. Once you get Rozenstruik down, he cannot get up. He just accepts position. He doesn't train jiu-jitsu. He doesn't train wrestling. Heavyweight division's garbage. And it's like when Pavlovich was in these positions and Rozenstruik was not showing any will to get up out of those positions, Pavlovich was just hitting him with pitter-patter shots. He wasn't even putting any oomph in the shots to try and get the finish. I thought there were multiple times throughout this fight where Pavlovich could have went for the finish and didn't do it. I think he was on that 2-fight losing skid, just wanted to get back in the win column, secure his position in the top 5 of the division. If Cyril Gane's going to just sit out and not do anything, could do Sergey Pavlovich versus Jailton Almeida next if Gane's going to just run away and not fight. Or heck, you could do Sergey versus Gane. Although I think Gane would win the fight. This was a shitter fight. The Gaziv fight was good. Thank you, Gaziv, for the only finish of all 3 of the heavyweight fights on the card. Moving up the card, co-main event, Sharon Magomedov versus Michael Page. I'm not gonna lie, this was low-key like a boring fight. Let me pull up the scorecards here. I think it was a pretty clear third 27. So one judge gave Magomedov the third round, Mike Bell. I also gave Sharon Magomedov the third round. I thought he landed the better shots in the third round. This fight was boring. It's just both guys fainting at each other. MVP bouncing back and forth. There was not a lot going on in this fight. I don't know how accurate these strike stats are, but total strikes 50 and 47 strikes in a fight. That's it. It's like in all of Magomedov's last fights, he's going, he's pushing the pace, he's doing shit. Couldn't do it in this fight. It was a boring fight, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was gonna be a super exciting, fun matchup. The third round picked up a little bit more, but MVP's old. He said he's gonna go back down to welterweight, so maybe we'll give him a slight step up in competition, up in the welterweight rankings. For Shera, They might pull him out of the rankings and throw someone else in. If not, if he's going to stay, I think he's ranked number 15 in the middleweight division. Give him, someone up and coming at middleweight. He's a defend his spot. Not much else to say. Kind of a boring fight. Moving up, the main event. Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. Damn, I thought I was going to get my pick right. After that first round, Izzy was completely outclassing him. Got hit with an uppercut in the first round. Didn't drop him or hurt him. Stung him a little bit. I was like, okay. Izzy's locked in. He's good to go. Second round comes back out. I mean, he's just landing everything in the first round. Izzy, that is. Imavov not really, went for some takedowns. Couldn't get it in the first round. Izzy kind of reversed it, and then they got back up. I'm like, his takedown defense is looking on point. His striking, he's landing, good leg kicks, good body kicks. Not too successful with the head kicks. Imavov was blocking him and landing good on the feet, landing good strikes. Second round, he's doing the same thing. I mean, he's landing good. Imavov clips him with a right hand. Just throws everything into it. Lands the overhand right. Wobbles Izzy. Kind of looked like he didn't like the stoppage. Could you let it go 5 to 10 more seconds? Yes. I think if they would have done that, Izzy just would have been out cold. I don't really think he was going to be able to build back and defend himself. If he would have, he would have just been in full mount or had his back taken. So I don't think letting the fight go another few more seconds would have changed the outcome of the fight. I think Imavov would have put him out cold. Imavov calls for a title shot next. Give it to Chimaev. I think do the winner of Strickland, Duplessis, Chimaev, the winner of that fight. I think Chimaev beats both of them. I think Chimaev beats Strickland, Duplessis. I think Chimaev beats Nasruddin Imavov. I feel bad for Izzy, man. He was looking really good in the fight. I don't know what you do with him next. I'm going to have to look at the middleweight rankings. He's going to have to fight someone down lower in the rankings. I mean, he's going to have to defend his position. I know he's a former champion twice, multiple title defenses, but I think in his last few fights, he's got the shit into the stick. Like the Duplessis fight, winning that fight, got his back taken and choked out. He could have been a 3-time champion if that wouldn't have happened. This fight, outclassing Imavov, gets caught with the overhand right and gets put out. Great fight though. Good win for Imavov. Honestly, depending how the fight goes next weekend and then how long from there you do the winner of that fight versus Chimaev, you might just have Imavov sit out, honestly. There's really no reason for him to fight. The only way I would say don't have him sit out is, and I might just go ahead and make this fight, do Nasruddin Imavov versus Khamzat Chimaev, number 1 contender fight. Because, you never know if someone gets injured, or whoever wins next weekend, let's just say the champion gets injured, whoever it will be. If they get injured and they need, a few months off, you don't want Imavov sitting out for a year waiting for a title shot, which is probably about what would happen. Because, okay, we're in February. Let's say nothing major happens to the winner next weekend, and that they need 5-6 months, and then from then you're going to need another 4 or 5 months. So Imavov is going to be sitting out a year. So you might just do Nasruddin Imavov versus Khamzat Chimaev for a number 1 contender fight. I think book it. Just book that fight. I think Chimaev smokes Imavov in 1 round. I think he gets the first round or a naked choke or TKO. I don't know, but I think Chimaev wins no matter what. Great fight, decent card all the way around. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of the main event? What do you guys think's next for Israel Adesanya? If you are new, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.